Hello, dear friends. We are glad to welcome you once again on Alatra TV Middle East. And the topic of our today's conversation is the voice of life. And in a few minutes, you will find out why. And just before we start, I'd like to address to you, our dear viewers, please leave your comments in our live chat. And also, don't hesitate to ask questions to our special guest because the most interesting questions will be asked by the end of our broadcast. Also, share your vision of creative society and share your understandings and your creative ideas with us. And invite your friends to our live broadcast by sharing our video on your social networks using two hashtags, hashtag Creative Society and hashtag Alatra Unites. And to those of you who joined us recently, I'd like to say that Alatra International Public Movement has launched a unique project which is called Creative Society. And in the framework of this project, people, volunteers from all over the world, from 180 countries of the world, are conducting social surveys to find out how do people envision the creative society, the society where each person is happy, and whether they want to live in a society like that. So, the co host of today's live conversation will be Alina. Hello, Alina.
Hi guys, how are you? Thank you very much, Kate. And before we start and before I present our very special guest, I would like to remind you that we are testing the theory of six handshakes. This is a social theory according to which we are all connected through five or fewer social connections only. And by means of this theory, we are trying to get to become friends of every human being on this world, to meet every human being, and to ask him or her how they envision a happy society, a creative society. And I have to admit that this theory is actually working. And as a proof of this theory, we have a wonderful guest, a very special guest with us tonight. It's Winnie Ojanga from Zurich. Winnie, how are you? Hello.
Hello, Alina. Hello.
So, Vinny is a award winning designer, founder of Her Voice, which is a platform for women and men who support women issues to connect and share stories. Her Voice was launched in Zurich, Switzerland in March 2018, where Vinny has been able to organize different events and conferences. And we would like to ask Vinny, our special guest today, to share a bit more about this project. What inspires you? What do you do in life? And also tell us, what is the weather like in Zurich today, please?
Thank you very much, Alina. It's a very warm day here in Zurich today. The weather is quite good, like 25 degrees. Quite beautiful, I must say.
That's great. We are all in different countries. I'm in the United Arab Emirates right now. And every day I want to tell you something new, but I can't tell you anything else. But it's very hot here and it's very sunny. And every day it's very hot and sunny. This is why it's better to ask Kate, how is the weather now in Ukraine?
Well, in Ukraine today is kind of cloudy and it's just about to rain like all day, but it's not raining. So, kind of like that, but pretty cold, colder than usually. So, probably around like 15 degrees Celsius. And I'm in the south of Ukraine, which is pretty strange for this time of the year.
Okay, thank you so much. So we traveled a little bit around the world now, and let's come back to our guest today. And Vinny, can you please tell us about yourself?
Oh, thank you, Alina. My name is Winnie Ojanga. I originally come from Kenya, but I now live in Switzerland with my family. I am a mother. I'm a wife. I am the founder of Her Voice, which is a platform that is giving women a voice, to speak out, tell their stories, and tell and share their stories. Yes.
That's awesome what you're doing. Really great project. And I'm sure that you travel a lot and you've met different people all around the world. And this is why the first question would be, what is your opinion? What unites us all despite difference in nationalities, religions, races? What unites all people in the world?
Alina, I think what unites us all is humanity. We are all one. We are all equal. We are all fighting for the same kind of social issues, different things. So I feel that we are all the same. So we should always try to treat each other the same, equal, and with a lot of respect and love. Yes.
That's
Thank you very
absolutely
much.
beautiful.
Yes, and I totally agree that no matter what kind of skin color we have, no matter which country we live in and what religion we preach, but we are the same. And also, coming back to what you do in life, I would like to ask you the question, what inspires you to do what you do? Like, what drives you to, launch your project? What drives you to communicate with all those people and try to unite them?
It depends on because I wear so many different hearts: heart of a mom, heart of an entrepreneur, heart of So it depends on what phase I am in life or what season I am at in life. But generally, basically, I am a very I'm someone who loves to learn. So I love to love to learn new cultures, what's happening in different spaces of life, different countries, and also because I travel a lot based on my work. So I get my inspiration also from all that, and also generally people who create from unknown to something. Such kind of people also inspire me to keep doing what I'm doing.
Thank you so much, Winnie.
Yes, and basically, your platform that you created helps other people not just to connect and share their life experience, but also to learn from each other, right? To get inspired by each other, and probably, you get inspired from all those people who you
Absolutely.
communicate with.
Absolutely. I
Thank
get to
you.
meet different women from different countries, from different parts of the world through the platform that I've created, and through sharing stories, through telling our stories, we realize that yes, we can learn one or two things from each other.
Winnie, and what is your opinion? What is the true role of a woman in this world?
The role of a woman is to build. We are builders, actually. We are creators and we are builders.
That's really awesome.
So that's very powerful. We create and we build. We give birth, we nurture, and then the process goes on and on and on. Yeah.
This is why the center of your project is a woman, right?
Yes. I work very closely with women and with girls also. We try to mentor young girls to help them to grow up to the kind of a woman that a society would appreciate. We just try to mentor them.
That's really great. And Winnie, can like we are very positive people. And on the platform of ALLATRA International Public Movement, we really launched a lot of enthusiastic, altruistic, and positive projects. But of course, we see and understand what is going on around us in this world. And we have to admit that, unfortunately, for our civilization, for our society, there is a lot of violence nowadays in the world. And we see this negativity and aggression in mass media, in relationship between people, starting from families up to the level of countries, up to the world level. And what is your opinion? What could reduce the level of violence in our society? What could we do, each of us, to reduce the violence and conflicts?
I think it's just proper communication with each other. What brings violence is when people don't communicate well with each other. You know, women and men should come to a space where they can agree to disagree. Sometimes it's not to be a society where a woman says yes, yes, yes all the times. Sometimes you can say no, and your no stands, you know. So it's just that proper communication that should be between men and women, or, you know, people across the globe, that can solve this kind of violence that is going on across the globe, and especially right now.
Exactly. The understanding and communication is always actually, but today, as actual as it has never been before, I find.
And even looking for assistance. If you feel like you're overwhelmed with something, go for help. Look for experts who can give you counseling, who can show you the right direction, who can take that baggage out of your shoulder a little bit, you know. Yeah.
Our society should provide also this help to people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think it's about the considerable amount of openness of people, right?
Absolutely.
Just like you said, not to be afraid to ask somebody to help you if, you know, you're not doing something very good, or you're struggling with something. Mm-hmm. So it's about communication and openness and things like that. Mm-hmm. The basic, actually, the fundamental values that all people have in the world, no matter what language they speak or what culture they have. Yes. And also, I'd like to ask you a question. How do you envision the creative society? Like the society where every person in the world is happy. What would it look like?
Thank you very much, Kate, that's a very strong question. Okay, personally, I think a creative society for me would be a society where everybody goes and digs deep down their heart and find their why. What is my purpose? Why am I doing this? What is my vision? What are my gifts? What are my talents? You know, when we get into that level, and each and every person finds out their why, it's going to be peaceful. It's going to be peaceful, and everybody will walk on their own path without struggling to watch who is doing what, you know. That's what I think. That's my take.
Yes, and just like we, talked before the broadcast with you, everyone will be ready to give a helping hand, ready to follow up on something.
Absolutely, and ready for the process, because the process is tough. The process requires a lot of, thinking, a lot of patience, a lot of consistency. You know, it's not that easy, but if we're all ready, then why not?
And also, I feel it requires a lot of cooperation, and we have to learn how to cooperate together, how to be united despite our differences, right?
Absolutely, Alina. Cooperating and collaborating is very vital right now, and we all need to embrace that. Right.
Winnie, and what means happiness to you?
Happiness is basically when I'm at peace, my inner peace, when I'm in harmony and at peace with everything around me, with nature, with my family, with work, balance, I find that is peaceful. I don't have to look that far, I just have to bring it into family structure. So peace for me is just finding that balance, what works for me best, within my family structure, work, kids, nature, hobbies, then when I bring that into one heart, then I find myself a very peaceful woman. I don't have to
Thank
look
you.
for. Yeah.
And where does the origin of this happiness lie for you?
The origin of happiness
Yeah.
is my values, finding my values, it has to be with everything I stand for. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. My peace must align with everything I stand for, my core values in my life. And that makes me a centered person.
And you just mentioned values, and probably each parent, each mother and father would like to pass their experience, their knowledge, and their values, the family values, and I would say the culture values and the human values, the basic ones. They want to pass these to their children. And could you please tell us, how do you envision the education system and parenting in a creative society? How would it function?
Sorry, I didn't get the question right.
Yeah, so how do you see the education system and parenting? So they are kind of connected with each other, right? And how do you see them in a creative society, in society where everyone is happy, where everything is okay, there is no violence in the world? How would it function, in your opinion?
In my opinion, education, they must come into harmony with each other. There's a saying in my language where I come from that, you have to humble yourself as a child to learn. So I think when we all humble ourselves as children, for example, in kindergarten somewhere, or in nursery school somewhere, where there's not so much going on, but there's action actually behind the scenes, then like the creativity, things that they are trying to do, at the end of it all, they have, built whatever it is that they're supposed to be building. For me, that's harmony. And I think the education system right now must or should try to embrace that. This kindergarten feeling, this, be humble as a child to learn. No one is perfect.
And
Exactly.
probably also kind of give the children the way to choose whatever they want and whatever they like, right? To give
Absolutely.
them the freedom of choice.
Absolutely. That's very vital. That's very vital. Freedom of choice, freedom of just, trying and not judging and not telling somebody, look, you're stupid, or you look, you're, sorry to use that word. Yeah. So it's just letting people be and trying their skills, their gifts, whatever area someone is good at.
Like to create conditions that every human being will develop in his or her best nature.
Absolutely. And they'll find their voices based on that. Through that, they will find their inner voice that will speak out for them and that will guide them throughout the process of creating, the process of, growing as a person in life.
Yeah. I'm sure it will give a flourishment to our society, because every member of the society will be creative and will do their best possible to make our society a beautiful world to live in.
And peaceful, yes.
And peaceful, yeah. Peaceful. And of course, speaking about peace, and do you think it is important to speak about with people about peaceful solutions to change our society, about responsibility, social responsibility of every human being?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very important. I mean, without speaking of or seeking those peaceful solutions that can bring peace and harmony across the globe, without that, then we shall be creating a chaotic world again, you know. So we all should have one voice of speaking peace, speaking love, speaking building together, speaking embracing each other, collaborating, and it goes on and on.
And speaking about love, could you please tell us what is the true love for you?
You mean personally, or true love generally for me is just unconditionally loving somebody without judging them, accepting them for being who they are. You know, I love all my children, I love my family, I love my friends, but then I'm not going to judge them based on whatever, you know, race or color or how wealthy, or or I will take their flaws, I'll take their I will accept them the way they are.
Yeah. And speaking about our society, nowadays we don't live in a society there is absolute justice and equality between people. And how should it be in a creative society? How would you envision it?
A what? Sorry?
Justice and equality.
Oh yeah, we're still working on that. I mean, I think that's very, very important for equality, and calling out for that we all try to be treated the same. That's very vital. That's very, very vital. So I think the whole world is embracing that. I think it's going through the right direction. They're trying to include more women now. Inclusion, they're trying to include more women into, when you look at it, into different political spaces or different professions, which is very positive. And I think it's we should continue. We should continue, and we should also come down and look for these women who no one speaks, the voiceless, who no one speaks for them, who are struggling, who are, the little entrepreneurs who nobody cares about them. So slowly but surely, I believe we're on the right direction. We're working towards that.
Absolutely. And the topic you touch now, it also comes to the first value of a creative society, because we say that the the first foundation, the first pillar of the creative society should be human life. And the human life should be like the central value of the society. And every human being should be as important to the society as all the others.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that if I accept the importance of a human life near me, another person's human life, I will never do any harm to a person.
I agree. Absolutely. That's true. I mean, it's just you do unto the other person what you expect the other person to do unto you. It all zeroes to that, whatever you go out there to do, make sure it's something that you as a person back, you'll be happy, or you'll be pleased when someone is doing the same to you.
Exactly. It's not enough to write it on the paper or
Yeah.
to create a law that it will be written, but nobody follows it.
Yeah.
It should be like every person should accept it as the main value. That's how I see it. And I'm happy that you gave us understandings about it as well.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. And also, I wanted to ask you about another one of the pillars, one of the foundations of the creative society, the human safety. How do you think, is it important or not that important to take care of it, to talk about it, and to try to implement it into our nowadays world, so that each person in the world feels safe?
I think a safe world for me personally is a world where every person can voice out their opinion. Everyone is heard, everyone is respected, everyone is treated equally, everyone is, so for me, having those values is equivalent to creating that safe space or safe world where everybody can be in harmony. But most important thing is our voices should be heard, each and every person, regardless of what race, what color, what status, what sort of education that you have. We all have voices, and that's very, very important.
Indeed.
And this is also, it comes to the second important foundation of the creative society. We say it's human freedom to speak up, and human freedom to act creatively for the society. Of course, not to break the laws, not to do any harm to your neighbor, but really to feel free inside, like internally.
Absolutely. Then you'll have that power. You'll grow the powerful voice to speak out without fear of being, yeah.
Probably of being judged by others as well, right?
Absolutely, of being judged. Yeah.
And
it's one of the biggest fears, I think, in our society.
Yes, and also, could you please tell us what, in your opinion, could be the best way to inform people about the fact that there is a project like Creative Society, and that once, as soon as all people find out about it and start uniting, start acting together, then the sooner we'll live in a creative society, in a society where each person will be happy. So could you please tell us what would be the best ways to inform people?
The best ways is technology has taken it. Technology has taken it. So we should embrace the power of social media. We should continue with, doing those workshops, doing all those, seminars, or visual seminars. Some people have started to do that. We should also go ahead and, continue with emailing. If you have an email list, pass on the positive things that is going across the society. And through doing that, we should just spread the word, and it will get to the right people.
Thank you very much.
And coming back again to the creative society, let's speak about the social assistance and work conditions. How do you envision, how should it function so that every human being, every member of the society grows and develops and can show fully his or her abilities?
Well, I think this goes to the employers, people who give the opportunities to the masses. They should allow their employees to, or people working for them to grow. They should also get into that innovative space that they can freely practice and share their gifts, their expertise, their different areas they're good at. When we do that, when we practice that, we shall thrive, and we shall grow.
Yeah, so again, a personal responsibility and social responsibility.
Absolutely, that's required.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Because once the person is responsible for what he's doing, for what he's talking, for what he's passing on to other people, then everything changes because he's doing it, I would say, with respect to himself and to others.
Yeah, and when you give them such kind of room and such kind of creative space, they will thrive. They will really go and do the extra mile to show and to, to show what they're made of, what they can do better, how they can still contribute, and it's all on a positive light.
Yes, that's true. And also, could you please tell us, Winnie, how important is it to raise such topics, such questions nowadays, to talk to people about, this initiative of Creative Society Project, and to also implement projects like that in the world?
Naturally, I'm a very creative person. I don't like being stuck. I want to look for new ideas. I want to look for solutions. I want to be part of the process. So I call myself a creativepreneur.
That's awesome.
So my friends call me that as well. So I think it's necessary because I feel like I'm refreshed anytime I bring a new project, a new theme, a new topic. Everyone is on board and everyone is energetic and everyone wants to jump and do and help. And it takes us for the season, and then when we get to the other season, we still create again. And so it's a circle that that actually inspires me to keep on doing what I'm doing, because I keep on reinventing myself as well as a person.
So it should be always an active position of a person in a creative society.
It's a deliberate active. You have to really be proactive and really, like it's like your eyes are open. You're looking for solutions. We are not sleeping. We are working. Yes.
That's awesome. Really very great. And would you love to live in a creative society, Winnie?
Absolutely. I think my energy, the kind of drive that I have in life today, I would go for creative, really. I love really the process of the unknown to being able to see what the end process is, like, yes, we did it.
I'm looking forward to the end process as well. And I would like to ask you, Kate, would you love to live in a creative society? I know I asked you before, but still it's very interesting to know.
Definitely, for sure. And I hope that it will be implemented worldwide as soon as possible, because it will make so many people happy, and it will make a huge impact into our civilization. Because whenever everyone is happy, what could be even better?
Yeah. Also, please, Winnie. Yeah.
No. Kate mentioned happiness. I think happiness, when everybody feels happy, people tend to thrive. People tend to grow. People tend to, just be open for new ideas. Not being closed. So that was a very powerful point from Kate. I just wanted to add on.
Absolutely. And imagine if you are in a room there, everyone is happy. You will get either very happy or even happier than you've been before you entered the room. But when you enter the room there, nobody is happy and people feel depressed, people feel down. So what are your chances to stay happy?
Yeah, it's life is always a give and take. As the moment you get into a space where you feel like your energy is not accepted, like you're not happy there, just change the course. Look for your tribe, look for another space. You'll definitely find. Keep on looking. You definitely find.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Winnie. It was an awesome conversation. It was so great to have you with us tonight.
Yes, I'm so happy, Alina. Thank you very much for having me. I'm very pleased, and thank you for the honor to speak at your platform today. I am so happy. And Kate, thank you.
Yes, Winnie, thank you very much for accepting our invitation and joining us today. It was a wonderful conversation, and really deep things were discussed, and it is very important. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And addressing to our viewers, please, if you would like to join us and to participate in these kind of live conversations or in Six Handshakes broadcasts, or if you want to speak up on ALLATRA Radio, maybe you want to send us a letter, an essay about how you envision a creative and constructive society. It's very easy. Please contact us by email, which you will find below this video. And also, we wanted to tell all of our viewers that it's very easy to join the project Creative Society. You simply go to the web page, allatraunites.com. You choose the big red button. You see it now on the screen. You click on it, and then you choose the language you speak. You answer 3 questions, and you leave your contacts for the volunteers of ALLATRA International Public Movement so that they can contact you and discuss together what we can all do to create a creative and constructive society as soon as possible.
Yes, and also I'd like to mention that if you would like to join our live broadcast, you can write an email to uae@allatraunites.com, and you will find the email in the description down below. And also you can join the initiative, which is called ALLATRA Radio. If for some reason you don't have the possibility to connect with the video, you can talk over the phone with one of our participants and discuss these important topics and share your ideas and share your understandings. And if you want to do that, you can write an email to info@allatraunites.com. And also, don't forget to share this video and share other broadcasts in your social networks. Add 2 hashtags, #ALLATRAUnites and #Creative Society, and join the initiative with 6 handshakes. Yes, because the more people find out about this initiative, the more people find out about the Creative Society, the sooner it will be implemented and the sooner we will live in a happy world. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on ALLATRA TV Middle East.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Winnie. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you, Kate.
Thank you, Winnie.
Really
and
nice.
Alina, thank you to you as well.
Thanks.